In the last lesson, we talked about writing equations of lines, and today we're going to talk about some special cases when we have special types of lines. And one of the special types of lines is a horizontal line, so a line that goes straight left to right. So you can see in both of these, we have a horizontal line graph, the blue line. And so the equation y equals mx plus b is what we use to graph, or I'm sorry, to write those equations before. And so we would find the slope, and we would find the y-intercept, and we would plug in. And so for horizontal lines, we can do something similar. Our slope when we have a horizontal line is 0. So we can plug 0 in for m. And our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis right here. That's -3. Remember, the y-intercept is a coordinate, and b is always that y value right there. So in this case, -3. When we do 0 times x, those things cancel each out. 0 times anything makes it 0, and so what we're left with here is an equation that says y equals -3. And so if we have a horizontal line, it's going to be in this form where it's y on the left, like we're used to, and then the right side is just going to be the y-intercept. So if we look at this one over here, our y-intercept is right there, 0, -5, and so -5 is our value for b. And so the equation of this line, just because it's horizontal, its slope is 0, so this part of slope is going to get canceled out. We can say the equation of this line is y equals -5. And so whenever we see a horizontal line, we can just say y equals, and then wherever it crosses the y-axis. And if you get a little stuck, you could always plug the slope in and the intercept into the slope-intercept form, and you can get to this point. Because the slope of a horizontal line is always 0. Anytime you see a horizontal line, it has a slope of 0. It doesn't go up at all. It doesn't go down at all. It's totally flat. It has a 0 slope. The other special case is when we have a completely vertical line, straight up and down. And so hopefully you know that the slope of any vertical line is undefined. It's not 0. It's not some number. It's undefined. And I sort of think about this in the way that I can walk on a flat surface. I'm not going up or down at all. That is 0. If I'm going up a hill, that's a positive slope. When I'm walking down a hill, that's a negative slope. What I can't do, unless I'm Spider-Man or I have some very special equipment, I can't walk straight up a wall. And so that is sort of our undefined ability, our undefined slope. Going straight up and down, not something that I can do unless I have some special powers or special equipment. And so these don't cross the y-axis. In fact, they cross the x-axis. They have an x-intercept, no y-intercept here. And so just like on our last one, we used the y-intercept and we said y equals and then whatever that number was. And so here we're going to use the x-intercept and we're going to say x equals whatever that intercept is. And that's the equation of our line. Same thing over here, we find our x-intercept because there is no y-intercept. And we say that x equals whatever that intercept is, -2. And so whenever we have a vertical line, we're going to have an equation for that line that is an x equals, and then wherever it crosses the x-axis. So I hope if you had any questions while you were working through this, you did come and ask me. If you still have questions, please make sure you ask for help. Answer the questions at the end of this video. If you need any help while you're doing those, please, please, please ask for help. Nice short video. Take your time on these questions, and good luck.